Some of you may have heard this vicious rumor that Winnebago Industries actually purchased Newmar. Well, I am here to put those rumors to rest. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And I'll admit I was surprised by this as anybody else. I found out on the same day most of the rest of you did. I come in and somebody handed me a news release, and I did not see this coming. Quite frankly, I didn't know that Newmar had been shopping for a partner in that regard. But they had been, and there was more than one bidder at the table. And Winnebago Industries was the one that fit best with what Newmar wants to do as far as service going forward. So what's going to change? Well, truthfully, what we've been told is absolutely nothing. Now, having been a part of situations like that in the past, there usually are some changes that will happen years down the road, that type of thing. And nobody knows what those are at this point. I will tell you, Matt Miller and the rest of the executives at Newmar are still in place and will be going forward. Matt Miller is actually part of the Winnebago circle now, so he will be in that circle to protect the Newmar brand that his family's been building up for many years. And to give you an idea what motivates both parties here, from the Winnebago side, I got into this industry in the mid-2000s, and I can tell you way back then when I first got in, Winnebago was trying to get into the high-end diesel market. They made these coaches called Ultimate Freedoms and Ultimate Advantages that were really nice coaches. At that point, really American Coach with the Fleetwood brand and Monaco and Holiday Rambler and Beaver, all the companies that were in the Monaco family, those were the companies that were dominating the RV industry on the high-end motorized side, and Winnebago wanted in. And they made the Ultimate Freedom and the Ultimate Advantage, and they were really good coaches structurally. From an amenity standpoint, things were well thought out, but they kind of missed it from the standpoint of the eyeball of the coach. How it looked compared to some of the other products that were out there was just a little bit off, and Winnebago's always kind of been known as, smaller than that. Either small Class A's or certainly Class C's that they've dominated in for years and years and years. They weren't really thought of as who you go to for the big, powerful diesel pusher. Those coaches never really took off, although if you see one out there in the marketplace, it's a good coach. Then you come forward and they had the Vectras and the Horizons and the Tours and Grand Tours, and these are all, again, very nice diesel pusher coaches, but they've never really gotten the traction. I think a lot of times they just haven't been able to capture it, in my opinion, mostly based on the look. The quality has been there. The company has always made a good product. They just can't quite break into this market. So they decided to do a little bit different strategy. They're going to buy the best motorhome manufacturer out there in Newmar. Now, you struggle for 15 plus years to get into the high-end diesel market. Why would you come in and change anything is the first thing that comes to my mind. Let Newmar be Newmar. They're a profitable company. They make a heck of a product. Their customers love them. So in that regard, I think they'll leave things alone. From the Newmar perspective, obviously they just built this huge, I don't know how many dollars, but I'm guessing in excess of $20 million easily in their service facility in Napanee. They want to have those same type of service capabilities on the West Coast as well, and that would be a huge cash outlay to do that out there. Well, with Newmar's backing, they can do that and take care of their customers better long term. Winnebago has always been one of the very best companies out there about parts availability, parts network, service. They've always been good at these things, and they've always been a real player in taking care of the customer. So that's why Newmar and Winnebago are a good match. Anybody that knows me going back 10 years, when I came in before I started selling Newmars, I was a huge proponent of the Winnebago product. I've been to the factory in Forest City, Iowa many times. I was a big proponent of the quality and the company itself of Winnebago Industries. I came over here to Mount Comfort RV and started selling the Newmars and fell in love with those. We tried Winnebago briefly on this lot. It was kind of a tricky thing to sell because we have Tiffin, which is a wonderful manufacturer. We have Newmar, which is a wonderful manufacturer, and we have Winnebago. Again, Winnebago never quite had the eyeball to stand toe-to-toe with those other brands, but because they're located in Forest City, Iowa, their pricing is higher than being built up in northern Indiana, where things are a little less expensive and all the suppliers are right there nearby. The Winnebagos always cost just as much as the Tiffins and the Newmars, and didn't quite have the eyeball for it. So there's a lot of reasons why this makes sense for both companies. I think it'll be a good thing in the long run, but like I said, I'm not gonna lie to anybody, I was shocked when it happened.